Okay, ladies and gents, are we live? What up, everybody? I hope you guys are having a good day. Hey! Thank you for subscribing, Bruco. I appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Hello, Rena. Blanchy, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. Let me try out Blurp. I just want to see if the command will work. Nightbot. You better run this command. I knew it, the bot's dead today. Why? Oh well. I hope everybody's having a good day today. Welcome, welcome. The bot is on my channel. Why are you like this, Nightbot? Why are you so happy? Yes, indeed. Time for gore. Time for Belphegor. Now, let's enjoy some Darktide in the morning. Oh. It did work, it was just super slow. Okay, great. So my blurp commands work. For those that have subscribed, don't forget to hit the bell notification. Set the bell to all, and that way you'll never miss a show. Okay, let's tweet. Don't forget to hit the like button. Hey, canned meatballs, it's going okay. Going okay. Certainly cannot complain, you know? I would complain, but that'd be inefficient and silly. So what I'm gonna do is not complain and just... Oh. So YouTube just asked me, did you know that you can put people in timeout for different durations of time? And I was like, yes, I know this. I just don't use the function because most of my people are awesome. Well, Neo Luna, I'm working on it right now, and once I have a dedicated idea, I will absolutely share my build with you guys. Because right now, as you guys know, there's a lot of bullshit flying around, especially a lot of people talking about the so-called infinite lasgun builds. This seems to be the hot topic lately, but we all know from my own testing that infinite lasgun is not infinite ammo. If you were to spam ammo at every single thing you shot at, you would basically run out of full ammo. So it's kind of bullshit. But yeah. Onslaught is useful, but I would not say it's broken, Lexer. I would absolutely not say it's broken. Why? If you look at Onslaught itself, as useful as it is, right? Just going into the talents without revealing my build, Onslaught applies rending for both your melee as well as your ranged attacks. So it's a good talent that finds its place in many builds, but it is not broken. And I would go as far, and I would definitely shy away from saying that. Main reason is because, yeah, it's cool, but it's not gonna give you, it's not gonna work very well, other than for the recon lasgun, yes, but even so, okay, its application is quite limited in auric damnation. All right, this is why I don't say it's broken, because I've tried this and I've been using this talent consistently. Just so you know, I've been using this talent consistently. But it's by far not broken. Onslaught is a talent on the right hand side of the tree. If you look at my veteran skill tree breakdown video, it applies rending on continuous hits to a single target. It's extremely useful for making your recon lasgun shred armor. It's on the right hand side of the tree, under the infiltrate. Yes, it's 2.5% rending anytime you damage an enemy. Now, the fact that it stacks brittleness, now, okay, that is interesting information to me. But yeah, are you very sure about this, Lexer? Because I don't believe that should be the case. However, if you're sure, then I'm willing to trust that. That said, coming back to the topic, right? Most of the people that I've seen running these so-called infinite ammo builds Yeah, I wouldn't trust that with a 10-foot pole. Again, I highly recommend anyone that wants to see it, right? Go ahead and try running it in Auric Damnation. Okay, try and shoot everything. You'll run out of ammo very fast. The game being inconsistent with terms is nothing new to me. If it does apply brittleness, that is very interesting information. How were you able to confirm that it applies brittleness, if you don't mind me asking? I want to know this, because that seems very out of the way for me. Like, it's not that I don't trust you, but I just want to know, how did you confirm that it applies brittleness? And have I seen autoguns with strip down? Strip down is a blessing whereby, if I'm not wrong,
I can improve your armaments if motivated.
you're talking about... Let me see, I believe it's under the braced autogun. Gain range attack immunity and 15% sprint speed while sprinting with over 60% stamina. I have seen it, but what I would say is that based on my testing, it shouldn't come down to this. The answer is actually no. It's been tested yesterday, but the point of the Melee Veteran is not particularly to evade range fire. And certainly if you are sprinting with over 60% stamina, you will gain range attack immunity, but you will still need to stop and fire at the enemy, at which point you have no immunity. So, I would not actually recommend using this. But just for the sake of fun, why don't we put it on? Let's see how long the buff runs for. Because based on my testing, it should immediately run out. So I'll go into the you could pair it with hit and run, but then you'd be losing more firepower. Also, the braced autoguns don't really do that much damage. So yeah, I don't believe you need a gap closer, but again, I would highly recommend you observe how I play. Terrifying Barrage is not used at all because, okay, so yeah, the buff immediately goes off. So during the time when you're shooting, you are vulnerable. In Auric Damnation, this can lead to some serious situations. Also, you don't always have room to sprint. So yeah. If it's working for you in Auric Damnation, you know, I say that go ahead and use it because it would probably fit your playstyle. I don't think it'll fit general public playstyle because I've seen a lot of people try it out and I've seen them go down pretty close to instantly. Yes, you have your so-called rending on any attack. I mentioned this earlier, Lexer. It applies to both your melee as well as your ranged attacks. So, it's not a debuff. Barrage will work everywhere, but the problem that I feel most people encounter is Auric Damnation. Auric Damnation would be the core thing. So the reason there's a difference is because Auric Damnation is always under the toughest conditions, so high intensity hounds, high intensity something. If you were to use any build, right, always test it in Auric Damnation to put it to like a stress test. The problem that I see for most builds is that when you go to high intensity Shock Trooper Gauntlet, right, and lots of specials start coming in and you have a lot of mixed hordes to deal with, this is where more situational perks, like for example Strip Down, don't function. Why? You don't have a run-up. You don't have a run-up to evade range fire. It may assist you in very niche situations, But when several muties are barreling down on you, that's not going to help. You see, when several ragers are barreling down on you, that's not going to help. There's a lot of situations, unfortunately, that are only covered in high-intensity Shock Trooper Gauntlet. Granted, it is the toughest condition in the game, so if you're not consistently playing that, then absolutely feel free to run whatever you want. But the reason I shy away from calling certain things overpowered, calling certain things very strong or stuff like that, is because having done my testing, I know that some things, while they are good, will not be the greatest, you see? And that is something that is quite important to my work. I must, if I'm going to make any claim, if I'm going to make any statement, it must be true 100% of the time. And that's where the issue lies. A lot of the times that I see a lot of people talking about these builds and stuff like that, right? It doesn't function at the highest levels. So yeah, that can be an issue for me. Oh, don't worry, I'm just talking about me directly, and that's why I'm also saying I'm also talking about Ink Fuji's statement about stripped down. It's okay, but I haven't seen it work yet. That's why I encourage everybody, do test it in Auric Damnation or Maelstrom or Auric Maelstrom runs, and then see whether or not you're getting the kind of value out of it that you think you're getting out of it. Because when you use it under those high pressure situations, that's when the differences come. And if you feel that your weapon cannot compete and cannot single-handedly resolve those situations, that's when you know that, okay, maybe it's not optimized. It's not at the pinnacle. But if it fits your playstyle and you still want to use it, go right ahead. My rule of thumb is that as long as I'm not gimping the team and I'm doing my job, whatever my job might be, right? If my job is to get in close and I really want to shoot somebody, or, you know, I think that this is what will work for me, then I absolutely use it. Yeah. I'm glad you like my content, Rotated Baby. At what level do you think you should move up from Malice to Heresy? As soon as you're ready. Basically, my rule of thumb for moving up difficulties is that, okay, so you're completing Malice without difficulty, right? My first thing would be like, am I completing Malice relatively flawlessly? If you're not encountering a lot of stressful situations, or you feel very comfortable, like when you're running it, you're able to roughly carry the team. I mean, you won't have 100% success rate because some people will be so horrible you cannot carry them no matter what. But if you're loosely able to carry the team and you feel confident enough, move up to the next one, and then repeat the same process again. This is what I do. This is how testing iterations go, which is why I'll spend multiple streams testing different options, different ways of being. Like yesterday night, actually, we tested so many different range weapons for the Infiltrate Veteran, just to get that finalized result on what I thought was the best idea. And actually, we went full circle, and now we're coming back to the Recon Lasguns. Why? Because the Recon Lasguns actually have the most value. This is because of what Lexer mentioned. Now, again, I still disagree that it is a broken talent, because it's absolutely not broken. It literally only works with the Recon Lasgun, but you can still use it, of course, with everything else. And that's why a lot of people use it with a knife, because the knife can apply these so-called brittleness stacks or rending stacks, whatever, like super fast, and that's what I really like about it. But the knife didn't fit my playstyle, so I went back to the chainsword, and now I'm like finalizing a methodology that, because what I want to do is when I create my build, it has to be a template that everybody can apply no matter what. You see, that's the end goal of any of these builds that I do, because when I can apply them across the board and there's no like, shall we say, when there's no room for guessing, you know, and it can reliably carry every situation, that's when I solidify a build. Yeah, that's fair enough, Neo Luna. In which case, you know, do whatever you need to do, and when you think like you're ready, you can move up and play Auric if you want. And that's also when I start making recommendations. I try to avoid making any recommendations without having tested them in Auric Damnation runs, because if it's not under the toughest conditions, I try to avoid certifying something or suggesting something, because for me, it is on a needs basis. It is like, I shouldn't say needs basis. I should say it's about having something apply to the most number of situations. Yeah. when you say each of the 3 main trees for each class, are there 3 main trees? Because I disagree on that as well. I believe that there's more than that. So what I would recommend is getting gear for whatever build you feel comfortable playing. Like if you feel good playing that particular build, then just get the gear for that. You don't have to worry about 3 main trees because there really aren't 3 main trees. If you're talking about all left-hand side, all middle, and all right-hand side, in general, that doesn't really work anyway, because most builds will be varied enough that they min-max so that you take the best talents for this side from that side, and you just basically spread your points so that you have the ideal setup for any situation. So you don't worry too much about trying to get gear for every single bit of the tree. Like, that should not be something you need to worry about too much. Now let me try and find a perfect recon lasgun. I want to try a different one.
Purchase confirmed.
50% ammo. Wow, that's pretty crap. But I'll keep that in the maybe pile, just in case. I want something with the highest possible stabilities.
Completed. Purchase
Voila.
approved.
That works beautifully. Chainsword is the new power sword. I thoroughly agree, because the chainsword supersedes pretty much everything already. Especially with the right perks, it will just shred anything that you come across. So I do not disagree with your statement. Okay, the mobility on this is utter crap, but we'll use this.
Allow me to maximize the combat potential of your armor.
That is what people believe, but that is also untrue. You'll actually see a lot of difference with your hipfire spread when you're using something with 59% stability versus 80% stability. So since my work is about optimization, having tested both in Damnation, I can clearly say that high stability is very important. Because sometimes you have to hipfire. And if you do not hipfire well, it usually results in a pretty rough situation. Wow, this is utter crap. I really don't need dum-dum rounds anyway. Okay. I'll just accept the 2 shitty perks and re-bless both of these.
I trust you are pleased, Bob.
Let's see how it feels. There it is. The power sword, like, the power sword special actually does cause its attacks to be stronger, damage and cleave wise. So the only problem is that the activation is slow, and the power sword without the special activation is quite useless. That's the only trouble that I think most people are having with it right now. Like, I'm just gonna buy up more, guys. Just don't worry about me. Like before we go into testing, I'm just gonna buy up more.
Processing.
Yeah, I've tried a lot of that, Arya. It is, just so you know, it's still worse than Assail. I don't know where people get the idea that the Brain Rupture build is good, but it's actually crap. The thing with it is that, yes, it will look good, but in situations where, okay, so in Auric Damnation, once again, coming to the highest situations where you're talking about hordes of enemies and mixed hordes coming in, sure, the Void Strike will automatically rupture enemies once every 15 seconds. You cannot control which enemy it ruptures, which is another negative. Whereas with Assail, I can devastate mixed hordes, I can pick my targets at a distance up to 50 meters, and because it's seeking, I can you ever play Overwatch and you play Hanzo and you know how he peeks out, hits shots, and comes back in, comes back behind cover? You can actually do that with the Psyker. With the ranged assail throw, it's accurate up to 50 meters, and you can hit shot enemies at a very long distance. This is great for peeking snipers, things like that. Whereas if you run the Brain Burst Rupture, you might have to charge up a very slow Brain Burst just to peek somebody behind cover, which again, it's a minimal difference, but that small time difference I've realized is very crucial in actually carrying the run versus failing the run or not being able to carry. So these builds are good, but not the greatest, which is why the builds that I've posted are optimized, you see? So when you think about what is optimal, it's very different. Yes, Arya, I highly suggest you actually try my builds first before, and then look, try my builds, compare them to what you see out there. I can absolutely guarantee you, I'm so confident that my builds will be best because I've done them with, unlike others who play with groups or pre-mates, I do it fully with randoms, no communications, and under extremely high conditions. The reason why I do this is because if a build works, it must work with totally random teams. Doesn't matter what the game throws at you. This is where you start to see the little differences in optimization. Optimization meaning those little teeny tiny differences in time. In fact, this is why I also have realized that the chainsword is so important as a melee weapon, because it saves you time. All other melee weapons, yes, they're great in hordes, some of them can do exactly what the chainsword does, some of them do it better. But when that mutie comes charging at you, the chainsword can one-shot it, nothing else can. That key difference saves so much time in the Auric Damnation runs.
Do you require further assistance?
That's fair enough, and I am okay with that. If you have tested it and seen it work well enough, then I can accept that explanation.
Clearance granted.
I'm gonna gamble a lot right now, so please forgive me, guys.
Transaction approved. Completed. Will there be anything else?
Hey, no bashing my partners. Okay, I'm a fat shark partner. So please keep the bashing to a minimum. But yes, I agree that some descriptions are not accurate, and hopefully they will fix it. Please do use the forums, by the way, to let them know that things are not accurate. It would be very, very helpful.
Our prayers have been answered.
That is acceptable. Oh, speed load for real.
Most generous.
Well, this will work a lot better, I guess. Oof, still gonna have to re-bless this shenanigans. Okay. Sustained fire and infernus. It should be okay. Hey, shoot. I don't know if it'll be absolutely perfect, but it should be okay at least. Better than this. Better than the other one, in any case. Also, this one is crap. I'm getting rid of it. This other one that I constructed is okay-ish, but I'll see how good it is another time. For now, it doesn't really matter. I've got to sell off all the crap that I don't need. I was trying to get like actual perfect stats, but it can be hard to get perfect rolls. So that's where most things go wrong. I'll still roll for some more actually, but another time, not now. I'm gonna go try and clear some runs first, see any differences in efficiency that I can pick out, and then we'll try again till we get something perfect. Because no matter what the situation is, I want something absolutely perfect. If y'all are joining at any time, do let me know. This one is a good backup as well, just in case. Some of these have low base stats, but if the dump stat is good enough, I will just use that instead. Okay. Grand. For lateral should be the dump stat. Should be the dump stat. I intend to test it more thoroughly, but it should be the dump stat, yes. Because based on this, right, it talks about weapons stagger, but it really doesn't stagger anything as far as I can tell. So, yeah, it should be the dump stat. Okay. Let's get into it. Now that we've finished our gambling process, let's get into it. Auric Damnation, here we go. No sense thinking about it. Yeah, it doesn't have much stagger. Oh, by the way, guys, if you haven't, please hit the like button. Just close the live chat for a second, hit the like button, and then come back into the live chat. If you guys could do that, it would be really, really helpful to a smaller creator like me. It's one of the main things that assists us in doing well.
I got word that the heretics are using an hourglass refinery to breed their pathogen. You can destroy the pathogen by building overpressure in the incubators. First, you need to get access through flow control. Rather you than me, I tell you. I've been hearing funny things about that place.
Okay. Now, with an infiltrate build, you actually see a lot of use of recon last gun. So this is one of the situations where onslaught is very useful. It is extremely potent. But once again, not broken because at Auric Damnation, everything is so strong that it's helpful, but it's not gonna completely clear anything. Aw, I missed that.
Prepping counter-strike.
Ooh, free ammo crate. Just a high intensity. This is not enough. Chainsword is currently one of the best for sure. Extremely powerful.
Careful to scrape nectar off your boots.
Chainsword is indeed god tier.
Now that's a fragging good idea.
Hey Charlie, what's up? Yep. Lexer, if you wouldn't mind, I don't know if you've got me on social media, but the so-called broken build that you tested, because I trust you, I'm actually trying to disprove a few theories and claims made by some people. If you wouldn't mind, right, if you find a build that is claimed to be overpowered or whatever, and you think it's worth my time, right, would you be able to just send that build to me? Just describe it on social media and I'll happily test it. Because there's a lot of misinformation going around, and honestly I'd appreciate any help clearing the air, because it's a bit hard to do it myself, but for those that are willing to help, I would really like to get some of these things out of the market as soon as possible, because I feel that it doesn't help our game at all, rather it just makes people feel worse, especially when, you know, people publish something but it doesn't really work absolutely well. Yeah, it doesn't really help the industry. No, that's because I had no other perk to use. I actually use, well, if you want Headhunter, you can. I actually mentioned it in my video. Oh wait, no, I haven't mentioned it on video yet. But no, for me, I happen to have it because that was the only perk that I had on it. Headhunter is okay, but that one requires you to hit the head. You may not always hit the head, depending on the type of build you're using. Like for this one, I may not always hit the head, so I'm just using the salvo, since it works well enough for... Ooh. But I'm not using Punishing Salvo, I'm using Sustained Fire. Punishing Salvo has a bit of a flaw in that it only triggers on the first salvo. It doesn't trigger on a continuous salvo. So this is something else that is very important. If you're using Headhunter for the crits, that is really good, but it also depends on whether you can roll it. It can be pretty hard to roll. Yeah, I'm using the Sustained Fire. But the main reason is just because Sustained Fire... Jeez Louise.
Yes, well done, you pity.
Ah, crap! I went there to help the team and that's what happened. That was a bad move on my part. I should have just let them deal with it on their own, rather than going to try and help. Why is he down there? Also, yeah, the Mark II is not as useful. The Mark VI is much better. Mark II is okay, but less ammo efficient.
Keep up the pace. We're not done yet.
Yeah. If you like it, go for it, man. If you can roll good perks and blessings, then go for it, man. I'm still searching for my perfect recon last gun. That's why I'm like testing all these different styles. Oh lord.
No harding from Caidy's vengeance.
Neutralized!
Friendly, sir.
Get clear of the fire zone, Ogrin!
Careful, eh? Good. Kill me.
Prepping ambush.
I need to dodge better, but that was my own fault.
Copy that! Big mutiny eliminated!
The slowest firing one? You talk about the Mark 7. I don't like the Mark 7. I find it very ammo inefficient. It's decent for, it's great for damage, but its ammo efficiency for me is no good. Definitely does the damage though. But yeah, I prefer the Mark 6, the lightest one.
Copy that!
I seriously missed my Mark 6 already. But it was a good test. Doing good, Ruben. Melee Vet's okay. It's really not that bad. I mean, it's generally not my playstyle, but I'm learning. And I've tested a variety of situations. Right now we're in Auric. Damnation, like, I'm not gonna say it totally doesn't work. Oh my god. Where did I even get hit from? Okay, there was nothing even close enough to me to hit me then. I don't know. This is what I've been suffering with since last night. Like, I was nowhere near the Tox Flamer. So how was I, like, getting hit? It made no sense to me, but whatever. I'm okay with taking damage if I'm punished for my melee mistakes, but earlier I didn't even touch the flames or anything. The auto pistol is pretty crap, even with full rending blessing, so I actually tried it out. Funnily enough, crack grenades are hilarious. They will attach to anything with armor, so sometimes you can attach them to even the small guys and still kill them, which I enjoy a lot. But yeah, right now this is pretty overall bad. Auto pistol, yeah, is trash though. Like, look, again, I'll say it openly. A lot of stuff seems really good in theory, but you tested an Auric Damnation where everything is high intensity and all of a sudden it goes to shit. So this is something that and again, I'm talking about testing it without your pals. You know, if you test it in a pre-made, that test doesn't count. It has to be like this, total randoms. Because total randoms are the safest way to truly test something. Because when somebody is testing like without any pre-made synergies, it can become a lot easier to see the flaws in something. This is why I always say it, just test it in total randoms, and then when you have to deal with people that are running all sorts of weird ass builds, that's when you can see, oh my god, that's when you can see whether something really worked or not. I hate that sometimes you can't see where the sniper comes from, but that was unfortunate. Yeah, everybody's been having those weird issues because it's almost like a server lag kind of thing. But the thing is, I'm on my home server right now, so I am in suffering mode. Oh wait, onslaught grenades would make crack grenades more crack because the first attachment counts as a hit, doesn't it? Even if it doesn't do any damage. So I'm pretty sure that's why, because you get an extra 2.5% on your crack grenade. That could be the reason why. I personally love the Psyker the most, but the Veteran is not bad also. I'm just adjusting what I'm doing. And also like testing out the best possible combination. So Mark 6 is definitely the best recon last gun. Hands down, I've tested them all. I just need a perfect roll on mine.
Unseen, unheard, unstoppable. Using cover.
The light recon is much better, first of all, because it crits more. Crits have full armor penetration, by the way, so rending just makes it better. And with that in mind, the auto pistol is also reliant on hitting fire, which means it must stagger the enemy in order to do max damage. Recon last gun doesn't require that. Your damage is maximized very easily. On top of that, the sustained fire works really well with it, so that's something else that's very helpful. There's a huge variety of factors that play into it, but simply put, the recon last guns are far more ammo efficient, and they simply do more damage overall. There we go. Yeah. So realistically, that would be a good idea. Actually, I should practice that a lot more from now on.
Demons don't die easy. Good fights.
Next time, before throwing my crack, I should definitely stack the brittleness first. But I'll do it with my Mark 6 because I can stack like a lot more than that. Oh, come on. Homie could have tagged it for me, but didn't. I'm sad. Could have tagged it for me, bros. Anyway, I want all the plasteel. Ah, meds. Happiness. Why is it these guys always leave something behind? That irritates me so much. I heal up, and then while I'm dealing with the front, something else decides to whack me. This has been annoying, but I guess I can't blame anyone. This is with randos.
It's quiet. Bigger test coming soon.
Oh, come on. Look at that confused crusher. That was lovely. When the hordes aren't big, I can just swing through them, which is good enough. Any indicator that your hits crit? No. That's why some people use the so-called... They use certain additions to the game, like the damage numbers one, which actually shows you whether it's a crit. You can only see weak spot hits, which is orange, but not crits, no.
Get on with dying. Copy that.
Let's try it out. Oh my god. Love how he got shifted. Yeah, just that I try to avoid using mods for my own policy practices, but listen, you guys use what you want, just don't tell me about it. That's all. I really wish that they would have an indicator for crits though in-game, like it makes no sense to me that they don't, but whatever. Who am I to disagree? Sorry folks, give me a second to concentrate, gotta deal with these. And as we know, I'm still not a perfect melee vet just yet. Working on it. Hello, let's get rid of these. I'm going to the loot room. This is my favorite place.
Which is more than I can say for some. You should probably come back.
Go for it, painting. Hello, what's up? By the way, sorry guys if I miss chat. I'm trying not to, but it's a bit hard sometimes when I'm in game. I try to catch up after each round, but so you know, if I miss chat, I do apologize. You can always feel free to repeat questions as many times as it takes for me to see them. Just don't spam because, you know, I will see them when I can. Mods being endorsed by Fat Shark? I don't believe so. No. Some might be, but based on what we have been told, there is a modding policy which is here. Okay, as far as I recall, unless there's been changes to that, there should not be any approved mods. So, yeah. Basically, like, most games will give some permission for mods, but just be aware that it doesn't mean that they're endorsed. It's still used at your own risk. What's my favorite last gun? That's a hard question to answer because there's a multitude of last guns, each for their own situation. Infantry last gun, for example, has its own use. The recon last gun has its own style and use. So I never have a favorite in games. I use the appropriate tool for the appropriate situation, always. So I never have a favorite. Of course, if we're talking about a favorite model, and you're talking specifically with like the recons, then I would say Mark 6, after all my testing, is a clear winner. It is best if you want to run crit builds, and it does the best for those particular builds.
What good are you anyway, witch?
Yeah, that guy did good work. Oh yeah. Gotta go put the things in. Stealth can be very, very useful indeed. Hello, Abalfazi. Yeah, they should just implement the QOL. And you know what? Some of the stuff that they do implement was in the mods anyway. So, yeah, I understand Rush of Light, but this, because I am obviously a Darktide partner and I work with other companies as well, I'm very strict on the modding policies. So for me personally, I never use mods. Even if they're, unless they are approved by the developers themselves, and I mean literally approved, like the developers say, hey, you can use these consequence free, add them in if you want, which I really feel that they should because it makes sense, you know. Oh my god, sorry, that was my bad.
This'll be fun.
That was me literally being crap.
Every killer prayer for the dead.
Operating in low profile.
Rough next to it, covering fire.
Okay. I want to group up with them. Time to chop my way through. Need to go rescue.
Never see me coming.
I suppose you're... I am in...
Be indebted later, bro. We got heretics to cleave through.
Compliments only mean something to professionals.
Data interrogation complete.
Are we up?
Cipher exfiltration faltering. Connection lost. Compensate.
Go there.
Oh, that was my mistake.
The bomber is no longer in.
Your death is nothing!
No. I don't recall seeing that name, but there should only be one real Asian robot. If you see some other real Asian robot, that's probably an imitator. Because I'm in the Australia region, so if you're not playing on the Asia/Pacific region, you probably won't meet me yet. But yeah, I also don't recognize the name White Dave. Oh crap! I forgot about the fire. That was my bad. You can leave me, you can leave me. Oh dear.
Can't be seen, can't be stopped.
Disengage. I'll be back. Trappers down. Thousand in Sparkhead down.
Well, we lost the Sparkhead. Favorite and best class is easily the Psyker. Psyker is the best. about the weapon mod system, as you all know, now this is a meme, but it is immeasurably complex, so we're not likely to see the weapon mod system, okay? Remember guys, it's immeasurably complex. We're not gonna see it. Is the combat knife any good on vet, or is it only useful with zealot? It's actually good on the veteran, but I'm just not a good user of it. And yes, Mind Shadow, that is true. This is always Auric, Martin. So this is from Martin Mainzer. I'm always playing on Auric. I don't play on anything below that because if I play on stuff below that, right, I'm not effectively testing my work. Yes, I'm aware of that, Isaac. But yeah, again, that might actually fall under the policy of it may affect the game. You see? Because, alright. When using mods, there are a few key points that Fat Shark wants players to consider. Players found using any mods falling under the following categories, alright, that affects other unmodded players will be subject to a prompt warning and possible ban from the game service. For example, using mods that directly affect unmodded players' experience of the game, or is used to grief other players. Using mods that affect the stability or performance of the game service. Using mods that devalue other players' investments, time, or monetary in the game. Bypassing progression, penances, contracts, unlocking of premium cosmetics and currencies in game service. Actually, under that one, that's where the whole mod, the you can change weapon attachments, falls under. So yeah, you might just want to be careful of that because they can twist that pretty easily. They wouldn't, but you know, I'm just saying, be very cautious. I'm aware that it is in the game. Modders have unlocked it. I know this, but for your own sake, I would recommend until they actually implement the system in the game, please don't abuse it. Because just in case you cop a ban, I cannot help you. And if they say, hey, you said it in public that you were using it on this person's stream, then what am I supposed to say? Oh yeah, this guy wasn't using it? No, come on, man. I know, right? I know. It's so silly, but whatever. Well, you think he got the permission, but again, the Fat Shark devs themselves have not changed this policy. We partners have not received any changes to this policy, so whatever the creator says, whatever the dev says, it's all between them. Don't take that as evidence. You cannot later go to this is just across the board for all games, by the way. Not just for this game. But I just want to bring you guys some information because don't forget, I'm a partner with multiple games, right? With other games as well, the same thing is told to us partners. If somebody says, well, no, listen, you know, this person says they got permission. Where's the proof? Do you have the legal document that says this person got permission from the dev? Do you have the legal document in your hands right now that can prove it? Because if you don't have that, and Cartman Shome, it's just dependent on the build that you use. So most of the builds that I put out will have a section on curios. You can follow that there for your whatever class you're playing and whatever build you're playing. There's no guide for like what perks to roll on curios because it can be very build dependent. But for the most part, mine is pretty standard. I usually use toughness regeneration, combat ability regeneration, and damage resistance gunners. Yeah. Well, him having a screenshot of the guy saying it is not a legal document. You know, Isaac, look, I'm just trying to protect you guys when I give you all this. A legal document has to be written permission from the Fat Shark team that says, yes, we the Fat Shark team approve this particular mod, blah 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 blah. Yes, and a screenshot can be easily faked. If you throw a screenshot at support, they will just take it and throw it in the bin. Just like a screenshot was not going to hold up in court. People can edit screenshots. People could do any kind of things that are screenshots. You know, like, no. Remember, guys, you need a legal document. Okay? Well, no, Cordova, that's also incorrect. The thing is that you can use mods. Just, you have to follow the rules strictly. So, for example, the scoreboard mod doesn't break any of these rules unless you use the scoreboard mod personally to harass somebody else. That breaks the rule. So, yeah. No, and Lexer, again, look, bro. No. Anything we say, all right, you say it in context, okay? Please, guys, when you're in my chat, you do not make any statement that contradicts what I make, because if you make a contradictory statement, I have to time you out, I have to take action. So, my policy is simple. If you want to use mods, don't tell me about them. Okay? I'm gonna say it clearly for everyone in chat. If you use mods, don't tell me what you're using. That way there's no evidence. You know, nobody because a stream is a public place. If you were to use something, right? Would you go out in the street and say, yeah, man, I got this thing that helps me out, man. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this thing, it gives me an advantage. Like, you wouldn't say that, right? Like, this is an extreme example, but you wouldn't say that, right? A stream is a public place. Be very careful with what you say in public. Huh? Protect yourself. Next, you know, the Fat Shark modding policy is there. I'm citing it not as a means of inviting discussion. I'm not inviting people to discuss it. I'm just citing the policy to you guys. And I'm trying to teach you to protect yourself as well. So just don't be dumb, please. And don't just spread information. You know, we Chinese have a saying, okay? But the closest English translation is don't be BBC. Don't be a broadcast network. Don't broadcast everything everywhere. You don't have to do that. Be smart. Anything you do, the less people that know about it, the better. Okay? Great. This is why don't bother discussing mods. You want to use them? Use them. Just don't break the rules and don't discuss it in a public space, guys. Protect yourself. Always, always protect yourself from a legal standpoint. This is how you avoid getting sued. This is how you avoid getting into trouble. If nobody knows, who's gonna say no? Am I right? There you go. Look, honestly, because I work with a lot of games, I always try to teach players how to protect themselves because a lot of players get excited. They want to share information with streamers, and I get that, you know, and it's really very positive, and I love you guys for that, but I need to teach you guys how to make sure that nobody can use anything against you. In fact, if you get arrested, you have a right to remain silent for one reason. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law, which means that anything you say, anything you put up in a public forum, anything that you speak from your words, anything that you type can be used as evidence, circumstantial against you. You want to be very careful of that. Never let even circumstantial evidence exist, and anything you say must be said within context. All right, if you can give context of the situation and a whole, like for example, a person may take a snippet of what you say and then, you know, try to twist it against you, but if you can give the whole context and like there's a fully available documented evidence, then they can't use that snippet in that way. See, this is how you defend yourself. So always, always have a defense ready. Exactly as Ren says. Now, I'm very doubtful that Fat Shark's gonna troll my stream to ban people. They're not gonna do that. I don't think they even have enough people to, you know, speedily work on content. But either way, I always want to teach my audience to defend themselves.
Unit operational.
Well, yes, that and, you know, people with secrets don't drink a lot. I'll tell you why. Alcohol loosens tongues, man. This is why I drink, but I never get drunk. In fact, I never even drink these days anyway. So, yeah. Loose tongues end lives.
Completed.
Hey, this gun is pretty great. Okay, I'm gonna try and roll that that Mark 6 come out. I want one with a headhunter. Oop, this isn't the wrong one. That is not the one I wanted. There you are. Come here, you bad boy. Oh my god. Headhunter 3. Okay, we just need Infernus now.
The work is complete.
Strip down. Oh. I mean, I really want it, but... well, I can get it again. That doesn't bother me. Okay, give me my Infernus.
Interesting.
I don't really need this, so give me my critical strike chance. I'll take the reload speed. I've been wanting to try one with really good stability and the headhunter for a while. Yeah, baby. Okay, now we're ready.
Kill some heretics. Good varlet.
But yeah, at the end of the day, you know, for me, my audience is precious to me. So anything that I can do to assist you guys, I will try. Including how best to stay on the safe side of the law. Yeah.
The primary smelter at Metal 536 has been disabled.
Let's get back into it.
Action. Fix it. There's a demonic infestation at play here. Purging the corruption should result
Let's go murder things. Also, guys, if you haven't hit the like button on my stream yet, please do hit the like button. And also, hi, Cordova.
Must you always complain? Air quality will improve beyond the vent outflow.
This guy says he forgot the torch. Well, good thing I have one.
One manufactorum cannot make so much difference.
Power failures have provoked a series of blackouts in your area. Proceed with caution.
This is confusing.
Oh, come on.
can rely on you,
Shut up.
Disengaging. I'll be back.
A brief moment of relative and
You want quiet? Then shut up.
I love how cold the veteran is. You want quiet? Then shut up. I love it. It's beautiful. This is the way. Yeah, sure. I don't mind, but send it to me on social media, dude. I'm always willing to check out something. If you think something is broken, right? Let me know via social media. Just send me some screenshots on Twitter. Twitter is the best, right? Just send me some screenshots on Twitter, and I'll happily check out your build.
Found the switch.
Well, since we cannot change our character's accent in the game, well, it...
I see a sharpshooter.
Wicked vessel sighted.
I don't think they'd add one in, because then you'd have to create a whole new character just to have the Krieg accent, see? Which might disadvantage players that already have a character and all that, since we don't have a shared loot stash or anything. Oh, come on!
I need Medicaid.
That was absolute bullshit. Although, granted, I should have just gone stealth. I need to remember that. That's one mistake I continuously am making. Instead of going into stealth mode and hunting down the sniper like I should, I play like a normal veteran, which I'm trying to break, because this particular veteran plays like a hybrid between a zealot and a veteran. And I also really hate the fact that an Ogryn is out in front of me. I'd actually prefer a zealot as a front line here. I mean, Ogryns are fine, but for this build, I would really have preferred a zealot because it gels better with my playstyle. When you have an Ogryn as a front line instead, especially when nobody can see anything, it's usually pretty bad.
Now!
Oh, thank you very much, I'm sure.
Ranger! Killed the Ranger, fellas!
Ready, station.
Bring it down here!
Do not need light. Just say no. Follow me.
Tranquility comes a step closer. Sniper!
Sniper!
Ogryn should mostly play in the back, yes. And there's a timeout. Let's see. You can watch in silence for about 30 minutes. Let's keep the chat humane, shall we? If you misbehave, I'll put you out for 30 minutes. Ogryn can play up front, sure, but the thing is, just don't be a detriment to your shooters, because the biggest problem is when they play up front, but they block my shots, because don't forget, body blocking is a thing. I need people to not be in front of me, like, play away from your veteran. If you see a Psyker and a veteran, right, as an Ogryn, play close to the Psyker, don't play close to the veteran. Yes, you must always keep line of sight clear. If your veteran cannot shoot, I am half as effective as I should be. Alright, I would like to be fully effective. And I know it can be hard under certain circumstances, but make sure that you are always close to your teammates. Make sure you don't do anything weird. And certainly, if somebody is taunted or you know, doing something, don't try and be a hero. Thing is, we don't need heroes, we need teammates. Are we Gucci? There we go. Yes, exactly. You must always be completely out of the way for veterans. Sounds like there's a lot of blasting time going on.
Demons can't cross into real space.
You see, I love how the guy rushes up while I'm shooting. Don't do that. That is a major mistake. Okay? I'm glad for the protection, but I don't need it. I really do not. So yeah, just be aware of that. and avoid being hero. I don't need a hero, I need a teammate. This is what I always try to tell people. This is always the case, it's true. I also don't care about anything other than mission success. This is why I always feel that people, I don't care how many kills you get, I don't care how good you are. None of that matters. Just bring me the most optimized build. Play that. And if you're not gonna do that, you're not gonna be an A-list player, then you know, just don't bother. Because for me, this is the most important thing. I don't care about fun. You know, what's fun is winning. Winning is fun. So always bring your A game, and as long as you bring your A game, I'm happy. Also, I hate how the flames that they've designed somehow have like heat-seeking capabilities. That is so annoying.
Go there.
Missions like this, it's so important to coordinate and stay coordinated.
Won't be seen, can't be stopped.
I got him, I got him, I got him. Also, infiltrate veterans are the best for revivals. Please let them do it. Because not only do we have the tools for— oh no, Grug, why? By the way, please don't go all the way up. There's no need. There's no need to be so extreme, right? It's way better, even if you're just picking somebody up, to just defend and get back to point. Get back to point. Don't try and fight the horde up there, clear them all. You're just gonna overstretch. Let's back up, let's back up. Let's back up. Yes, good. Yes. Yeah, on lower missions I don't— it's fine, do whatever you want, but for if you really want to play at Auric level with randos, yeah, bring your A game. This is my rule of thumb because you don't want to gimp anybody else's game experience. Is like the way that I do things usually. I try to avoid gimping somebody else's game experience just because I want to, you know, like play badly or, you know, play what I think is fun. Smite is very good. Smite Psyker is one of the strongest as well if used correctly. I have already published a build for it. And it is in fact one of my most popular videos because it's a very strong choice. Oh, that was me failing. because I failed to reload on time. One thing that I need to remember about the Melee Veteran is that, unlike the Range Veteran, I must take into account my ammo at all times. And what remains in my gun is very important. So, this is another thing that I must master. But yeah, a lot of people that say stuff works play in groups with either their core viewers or friends or things like that. That's not an effective comparison for me. That's not something that I would use to highlight whether something works. No. If it works, it must work with... oh my god, total randos. As you can see, Headhunter is nice, but if you're not hitting the head, you're not benefiting as much. And if you're not going for them weak spot shots consistently, it's pretty hard. Like, this is why it doesn't really work that well when you are in, like, the upper difficulties, because you're often in those panic situations. Oh, come on. Beauty done first. Oh. Yeah. This is where, like, the Ogren, he needs to hold that line. If he can hold against the Chaos Spawn even temporarily, I can delete it. And whoever, oh my god. Normally when stuff is like this, right, what is happening is that everybody has lost their role. And it shouldn't be the case. When something like this happens, right, the ideal play is to have the Ogren take on the boss and draw aggro. Everybody else on the team is supposed to look out for specials, things like that, especially in the high intensity zones. Just remember that. Don't panic just because there's a demon host somewhere. Don't panic because, you know, there's hordes, whatever, or you can't see. Alright? This is like one of those Asian martial arts flicks. You're supposed to be able to sense enemies from everywhere. But, you know, being serious for a second, just don't panic, complete your role. Right? Don't lose it. You lose it, that's how you end up losing. You can always see when people are panicking because they're afraid. Yeah, that is pretty sad, Nayrad, but I mean, you know, that's kind of the deal of playing with people. You have to, and it's also why testing being done in this way is the most important, because when you play with friends, or when you have communication with friends, like, oh, shit. Good thing there's a Medicaid right there, but yeah, it makes a huge difference. It makes a huge difference that many people don't think about very often. So I always try and ensure that no matter what,
Not a good sign.
I'm always pinging stuff again and again if I have to. Because you just never know. And that's why I'm always with randos when testing. Well, as much as I can. Of course, if people want to play, I'm down with it. I'm always down to play with my pals or my channel members, but when it comes to testing, it must be done full rando. Because if the build cannot handle full rando, then it's just not ready.
Nasty, but we got it.
Might be more polite to Psyker in future.
Please, boys. This was the
Kill on the big mutant.
Okay.
Gone still.
Chuck that hound in the hole.
Concerned?
I swear, the biggest problem with Damnation is that even a single Poxhound is a threat. Sorry, even a single Poxwalker is a threat, so...
I don't need you to point out my skill.
Mercy working.
Looking for a juicy throat to slit. Prepping ambush.
All right, Psychic. Moving to better ground.
faithless, friendless, every
Got him.
one of you. I'm here right there.
Fancy shot.
That's fair. The chainsword can cause you to miss audio cues. I do not disagree with that. I love the soundtrack too, Edinburgh.
See? Don't need weird powers to make a difference.
No, it will trigger as long as you're using sustained fire. It doesn't trigger if you're using punishing salvo. Punishing salvo only triggers on like the first time. That's it. Cause I tested in the meat grinder, right? So punishing salvo, I kind of threw it out the window already. It was okay-ish for my like gunpsyker, but it wasn't okay for my veteran. So for the veteran, I do not use that. I use sustained fire. Sustained fire triggers continuously. That's why it's lower damage than punishing salvo, cause it'll just trigger every third and fourth shot. Hey, welcome back to the Ornate Robots, Cordova. It's good to have you back. Now I need another one with the... Ew, what is this? Oh, that is a shitty... That is a very shitty Vlad that I had. A lot of these ones, I'm just gonna remove them. Ooh, this one has surgical 3 for the revolver. You got the ads right there at the welcome. I see. Alright, anyway, it's time to wrap. Because we got ourselves a new honored member. So, time for me to bust. Let me see. In honor of our new honored member, here's my song, Understanding Me. Are y'all ready? Here it is. And thank you for subscribing, Vescara. Make sure you hit the notification button and set those noties to all. Now I gotta tell you, this beat was sponsored by Zane. I hope you guys enjoy this. It's your Asian robot on the mic. This world is going colder every day. It does my shoulder. I just wanna know if you and I survive this. This world is going colder every day. It does my shoulder. I just wanna know if you and I. Yo, it's one thing to understand. Everybody out here, man, they out for themselves, man. Most people wanna try and take your head. I take no pleasure, but I take theirs dead. My crew bring all their bodies in cold. I pour another drink and I smoke tenfold. I try to see myself in the rings that I blow, but every time I puff, time seems slow. And it's like I'm caught in repetition. Every day's a war with no remission. Stress and the struggles to pay my way. I'm walking down paths that I'd rather not say. I feel like this is not just my burden, rather it's simply some concern. Pills got me in my films again, so I cried out loud to my only fan. Y'all gotta understand, we're not out here to take a stand. We're just tired of pain, we're tired of pain. We wanna live. My life ain't nothing but a struggle. Renting the bills, a constant hustle. Can you blame me? We're the same. Yo, coming back to this idea. Everybody out here living with fear. We fight each other for the scraps at the table. Never realize that we are all able to rise up from a station of birth We're born with both the gifts and curse to choose for ourselves, no matter the sitch. But often we choose to live with the conflict. Y'all gotta understand, we're not out here to take a stand. We're just tired of pain, we're tired of pain. We wanna live, and that's always been my motivation. I'm so tired of the situation, living this life to live the same. We're all just caught in the same fucking game. Y'all gotta understand, we're not out here to take a stand. We're just tired of pain, we're tired of pain. We wanna live, this world is going colder. Every day I dust my shoulder. I just wanna know if you and I survive this. Y'all gotta understand, we're not out here to take a stand. We're just tired of pain, we're tired of pain. I wanna live, man. There you go. Now, for those of you that want to enjoy my music outside of streams, you can find me on SoundCloud and Spotify. All right, thank you so much for that. Cordova, welcome back to the Honored Robots. I'm gonna switch back to my earphones. And I tell you, Mind Shadow, every single one of these builds out there, they claim all this, that, the other. I don't believe any of them. I'm willing to test it, but I'm just trying not to embarrass people on stream because I really don't want to do that. But I will if it really comes down to it and if I really have to. I'd hate to do it, but I'd do it if I have to. So I'm trying to avoid that for now. Okay, back to buying up recon last guns. I need Headhunter was okay, but it's not what I really want. There's also nobody saying beats. Yes, that is true. That is true. I don't really want that because I have no need for it. I have literally no need for it. Ranged enemies are not my problem. I never have a problem with ranged enemies. And if I do, I can just reposition. Like, with the Melee Veteran, my goal is not to sit there and shoot targets or to do anything like that. So all those blessings do not help me. What I'm here to do is one thing and one thing only. I'm here to just continuously... Oh man, this is too good not to use. And it's certainly better than the other one that I had. Okay, let's try it.
You bear holy weapons. Wield them in the Omnissiah's cause.
This one was pretty good. If I can at least get one good... Okay, the first perk is terrible. The range critical hit damage is okay, but I do need to change the other perk. Oh, I got hit and run. This is no good. This is a flub. I mean, it's pretty alright, but it's honestly quite the flub, so no. Shame. That's going in the recycle box. Because the thing about stripped down is, yes, of course it makes you run faster. Why do I need that? I don't need to run faster toward the enemy. My main goal is to use my range at range if needed. So that's the whole point of this. So like what I'm doing here today is trying to get a last gun that has high damage and stability, high ammo. Mobility I don't really care about. Yeah, this one's pretty good. I would have loved a higher ammo count, but that'll do.
The tools of war are the tools by which the Omnissiah will reshape the galaxy.
Because I have one with decent like stability, but the problem with the one that has like decent stability is that it has other things that are crap on it, and I really don't want to use it. So I'm trying to get range critical strike chance 5%, perfect. Headhunter, I can change that again. Range damage to elites, I'll take that. Death Spitter. I would love that blessing, but I'm just gonna completely re-bless this. So give me my sustained fire and give me my Infernus. This should be ideal. So now I should have this, because I was previously using this one, which was awesome, but the big problem is that the stability was shit. I needed good stability because sometimes you have to hip fire. Jordan? Of course, I am the real Asian robot. I'm always familiar. But yeah, there's a reason why I don't use strip down, because you see how little I run around most of the time. Maybe it's just my playstyle that doesn't really gel with it, but I wouldn't want to give up any of the damage perks, because your recon lasgun is going to do really, really bad damage if you don't have enough of that power. You were the Psyker, brain burster. I see. I'm judging you with my awesome Asian eyes. Also, don't forget to like the stream if you haven't already. Yeah. Exit the live chat. Just close the live chat, hit the thumbs up, and then come back in. That really helps out smaller creators like myself, and it's one of the best ways you can help out a creator like me for free. Okay. You're in the walls, eh? All you have to do is just hit the like button on the stream, honey. So just close the live chat, press the thumbs up button, and open up the live chat again. A lot of people don't hit the live button. I'm just not sure why. Sorry, a lot of people don't hit the like button, and I'm not sure why. Because it's literally free, and it takes like 10 seconds, and it is the biggest help that you can give any streamer or content creator. If you like my videos, hit the like button. You like my streams, just hit the like button. Just constantly be hitting the like button. The more y'all hit the like button, the easier it is for my videos to get recommended out to people, which means that more people can discover the content and more people can get better at what they do. Just DM me, like, sir. All you have to do is DM me. If you've opened your Twitter for the first time in years, just send me a DM and that's all you gotta do. You send me a DM and I'll take care of it from there. I mean, I wouldn't do it immediately, but just send me a DM. Well, thank you, Empathy. I appreciate that. Okay, now, let me see if I can serious up for this round. But yes, remember to always like streams and videos. A lot of people watch and they're like really enjoying it, but they forget to hit the like button. If you hit the like button as soon as you come into a stream, that is actually the best thing you can do. Because like I said, it's free. You don't have money to donate, no problem. You know, just keep hitting that like button. Because this is the one time where likes do matter. And they make a big, big difference.
Corners, get your weapons up. You got that?
Forget, never forgive.
Oh no, Ogren. Please do not be in my... You see, this is why I take the chainsword. Because if a mutie is slamming somebody, the heavy attack with the chainsword instantly deletes it. Also, tag everything. The more that everybody tags everything, the easier it is for me to do my job. If I can see where everybody is and everything is, like, life is pretty good. If I cannot, then that's what makes life hard. There we go. Yes, never wait. Never wait. Because waiting is very, very bad. Just so you know, the AI director will spawn more enemies if you sit and wait. You want to move as fast as possible, taking the minimum time in each area. So never sit around and hold. If you've got time to waste sitting around and holding, you will probably get yourself and your team killed very quickly. So move. Don't waste time. Don't hunker down. Hunkering down is probably one of the worst things you can do. And certainly don't get separated. Move and kill, move and kill, move and kill. Yep, that is what I always try and do. I try and share as much info. Oh my god, I didn't even see this damn thing. Okay. Ah, it's me! Apparently. Ah, and into the mutie after. Lovely. Ah, there we are. Ew. You know, one thing that I find annoying, right, is Ogryns that use too much range. But you know what's the other thing that I find annoying? Ogryns that use too much melee. Like, please, I don't need you to go gung-ho mode and hit everything under the sun. Don't. Prioritize targets. You only need to control the horde, not get in the way of your veteran shooting people. Alright? For Ogryn players, please understand this from a veteran's perspective. It is horrifyingly difficult to do my job if you do not let me do my job. Also, please pick people up as soon as they get netted. If somebody gets netted, right? Shit! I didn't know that was a poxburster. Please remove the netting as soon as you can.
Bind yourself and stop moaning.
A mission can go to shit very, very quickly if a single mistake is made. So do not, if you get netted, fine. Don't rush for like, to try and save somebody or things like that. No, be patient. Infiltrate veterans will take care of it. If they're not an infiltrate veteran, then they'll wipe out everything anyway because they'll be a heavy fire support veteran. Alright, there's more or less only two types of true veterans. They're either sniper veterans or infiltrate veterans. And infiltrate veterans can res everybody. You can see when there's multiple muties like this, this is what saves. Oh my god. If everybody had a chainsword, right? Or a powerful power weapon. Ooh, no! Damn it. That was no good.
The dog's dead.
Always stop muties in high intensity shock trooper gauntlets. Make sure you stop muties as soon as they come in. Dodge and use either the chainsword or the force sword to stun them quickly. Try to avoid running up to them if you can. That one will usually result in wipes.
At least that's what Zola would have you believe.
I too like
So this is where people go very, very wrong usually.
Alas, the best you and I could hope
I'm
for
glad you're enjoying it, Ronan.
into oblivion.
Marking and pinging is the most important skill. 95% of players don't mark. I need everything marked. I need to be able to see everything. Those players that mark everything under the sun as soon as they see it are the best players. Regardless of where they play, doesn't matter what platform or anything like that. If you mark everything, I love you because you are the type of player we want. Crack grenades are the most important grenades in the game. Everybody should only be using crack grenades. Anybody using a frag grenade may not know absolutely everything about the game, which is where they go wrong. I disagree with those that use frag grenades a lot, because they're okay, but you genuinely need crack grenades for anti-monstrosity. In Auric Damnation, that's one of the fastest things that'll kill your team and deal a lot of damage when people can't handle the monstrosities. So I always end up running the crack grenades for that reason. Great. Okay, Zunia is doing the proper job now. The problem with the Ogryn shield is that that side of the shield takes up also, just a quick lesson in positioning right now, right? This is very helpful for a lot of people. Never walk in front of your teammate. Avoid ever walking in front of your teammate. This is where I say try to avoid holding a horde from behind. It's best to move on quickly. If you want to hold off a horde against behind, move and kill until the killing line is like close within a short radius, because this benefits your team greatly and it avoids separating the team.
Medicator station.
That's the multi-engine. Hydrant's no longer a problem.
A trial no longer.
There we are. Yeah, there's no good reason for a shotgun. It used to be good in the past, and some builds still talk about it, but I tried it myself yesterday. It's utter trash. Even with the infiltrate. Oh lol, that doge. Even with the infiltrate veteran that's supposed to make good use of it, it's not very good. So I don't know. Maybe some people can use it, but some people are not me. What the hell? Well, that ain't good.
I will protect your simpletons.
Yeah, you might want to kill the mutie first, pal. There we are. All good, all good. Thank you. Dude, what the hell? Ah, for fuck's sake. That Ogren, I swear. Earlier, it blasted me off, but I survived. And then this time, it just throws me straight up. Okay. I hate how inconsistent the pushes are. That is ultra annoying.
Seems to have died.
Yes, I have been having issues with getting randomly caught by muties and things like that. Well, considering that both your names are the same, I would assume so. But yes, do try and avoid where you can those kinds of situations where you get caught out like that. That was a mistake by me, unfortunately. Okay. Let's go.
Heal up now.
Watch where you're shooting, veteran.
Not intended.
If there was like a consistency with the Ogren and like you know what to expect with it each time, I'd be okay. But I hate the fact that there's no consistency with it. Like sometimes it'll bump you off and you'll survive, sometimes it will not. It's like, okay.
Interrogator has crashed.
Shit.
Get healed, get fighting.
Get me up.
I'll handle the revive. Up. Here we are. For the veteran, I only have the chain sword, but the eviscerator, I would say you'd have to ask a zealot for sure. Only a zealot would know. But I do plan on testing it out if I ever do play a zealot, because the chain weapons are just my jam. So like one thing which I'm not seeing a lot is marking. Like sure, I can figure out which things are shooting, but I would prefer more marks. If I could have more marks, right? And this is why I tell people always bind your tag to your primary attack fire, because it works really well to just consistently mark everybody. And it is one of the best practices that you can commit to. What I'm trying to figure out is where on earth was that sniper even aiming from?
Interrogation is... Yes, it is complete.
Come a day. think if the explicator relaxed a little, she'd be more relatable.
Yes, yes. This is why I always tell people mark, mark, mark.
Ammo Christ! Stop her! Kill! Bomber detonated! Ammo Christ!
These heretics crazy to mess with me.
Just keep
Yeah, let's
putting them
move.
down.
Watch out, mutie.
Oh crap, the mute was in the way of my throw.
Not that it bites you. The hound is gone. Copy that. Trap her down. Stay down. Take one
That's the hound dead.
Okay. Build crafting is going alright. Just working with the randoms. Finding the perfect combination for myself.
The mutie's attended to.
Kill shot! They're shooting! Get gunner!
I will protect you, simpletons.
Okay!
Down, it's dead.
Kill confirmed on the big mutiny! Smite that bomber! Just dead! Get bomber!
Grenades fall silent.
Medicate station! Lost our gun strength!
That zealot was dressed so poorly that I legit thought the zealot was some random scab or some unarmored dreg. And I was like, okay, let's shoot him. Oh, he's going somewhere else.
Sniper eliminated! Bomber eliminated! Affirmative!
Shoot her, simpletons.
Foxburster kill! Get gunner!
Hey, where are you? There we are. Burn him out, burn him out.
Yeah, that's
Keep back.
I sometimes just love seeing the enemies fly. It always looks cool.
Big mutant kill! Fire consumes the most!
Okay. Yeah.
Do not do this alone. Remain
Okay.
as a circuit. Agreed.
Shredder pistols? I don't know, because I find them quite bad after the nerf. But if anyone's got some favorite blessings that you want to share, go ahead. Aw, damn. Who blew that up in my face? Oh, it was you. Yeah, don't burst the bursters in short corridors, man. Always let somebody push them.
Team in position at consignment yard 657. Security action.
The rule of thumb is more than 30 meters. Like, try to do it only if it's more than 30 meters. If it's not more than 30 meters, do not touch the burster. Because otherwise you could kill your teammates. And that usually compromises runs, especially shock troopers.
Terror tactics, aye.
No, depending on the hallway and corridor. So for me, if it is a small hallway or corridor, you should run up and push. It's safer for the team. If you blast it, no, that's pretty bad. So I mean, take the ego out of it. Let me just tell you, it's a very bad play to burst it. Like, you have to know the exact perfect distance. In any kind of small corridor or hallway, you never ever shoot. If it's a big, long hallway and there's no way to run up, that's when you shoot, because it's safer. But yeah, try to avoid shooting if it's anything less than... Okay, well, maybe 15 is too short. 20? If it's anything less than 20 meters, I would recommend not shooting, because that gives enough lead-up time for anybody to run up, push, come back to the team. Yeah. I mean, it's up to you, Tristan. But this is genuinely the way that most people would play, and it's kind of how you're supposed to play. If you choose not to do that, then it's up to you, but it will gimp more teams than it helps. So, in those short corridors, you're always supposed to run up and push. That's the standard way of doing things. And yeah, after the nerfs, the Shredder auto pistol, not that great, but, you know. Anyway, like I said, this is just honest advice from me. If you don't want to follow it, that's up to you. You can do whatever you want. Like you see there, this one is far away. There's no way to run up and push it. So in that case, I would just shoot it. Okay, well, I mean, up to you, man, Tristan. Okay. We have a sniper over there. Another burster. I mean, whatever a person's name is, as long as it's in English, I should be able to pronounce it usually. I'm gonna go for my Medicaid first.
Never leave a soldier behind.
Okay. No, I've never watched Choco B. I know of him, but I've never watched him. I usually also avoid commenting on anybody else just because it avoids drama. But yes, why do you ask about Choco B? Just for the record, right? I literally avoid commenting on most people. This keeps me safe. There we go. Yeah. Good. Where is that? I would love to see your build. You can send it to me on Twitter if you'd like. Okay, there's the sniper up there. I'm keen on a support build because I'd actually love to see how one works. Okay. Wow. Okay, the mutie just throws me off. Well, that's rather rude.
Which wants some help?
There we go. Should be fine. There we go. Let's get him up. There we are. Alright, we're set. Just DM me on Twitter. Just DM me there, and it's all good. I know, right? It freaking got yeeted. A little bit shaky at the end, but that wasn't bad. It was fun. It was fun. Not bad on that. But yes, I'm always interested to see builds, and if I do use anybody's build wholly, like if I don't make any modifications or changes to it, just know that you will be credited. I don't steal. So for example, if somebody were to send me a build, but I make a lot of modifications to it, then I would claim it as my own, but only if I made heavy modifications. It is kind of similar. It is kind of similar. And yeah, fair enough, honey. That's all right. If you enjoyed Choco B, I do know of him because I know he's another Darktide partner, but yeah, I don't really watch anybody else. For me, I'd never watch other content creators. I focus only on creating my own content and just doing what I do, you know? Understandable, Frederick. Understandable. Oh no, Moonty, it's just for me, it's just a workplace. It's like a professional workplace practice. If somebody makes a build, right, and I know what it does, and assuming that I do not modify anything in it, I always give credit, because if you don't do that, and like, for example, for me, this is a profession, it's not just a hobby, and you don't do that, you can get in trouble. And you don't really want that kind of drama, especially when you're focusing on creating content. That's also why I avoid interactions with other creators. Usually, for me, it's either under a contract where there's a clear, like, I'm paid X amount, whatever, I do this. Like, if it's not under a contract, I don't bother, because I don't like that whole kind of like friend-friend atmosphere. Then the day you're not friends, you know, it's a problem. Yeah, sure, Mace. That's my pal over there. God, I love how you people troll me, but I swear to God, Mace, this hand gonna reach through their webcam, give you a little slap, okay? Alright, I think we're pretty much solid on this. I'm gonna go in again. I would say it genuinely depends. Like, of course, you can fully rely on the Void Strike. It's not wrong to rely solely on the Void Strike, because the Void Strike is very powerful. But I would say that it just depends on how you want to structure your combat. People have stolen my builds, and that's why I don't show my builds on stream. But if they steal my builds, I wouldn't even know. Which is kind of sad, but, you know, I just avoid the drama entirely. So it cuts both ways. I usually never know if somebody stole my build. It's only like when they try to do shady shit. Like one time, and I always tell the story, there was this one time this dude, he got his fans to try and say I had stolen his build, and that's why I found out that basically what they were doing was watching my stream, and then after watching my stream, they were basically deciding that, oh, okay, so they would post my build before I did, and then try to claim that, and they would send their fans to try and claim that I had stolen their build, which was just a really shitty thing to go through. And especially because I've done all the work to do all the testing and get it all up and running for people. So ever since then, I no longer show my builds or discuss them too openly on stream. I keep it on the lowdown until the build video is ready. Once it's thoroughly tested and ready to go, that's when I put it out and say, okay, so this is what I've got, here's how it works, and all that kind of stuff. Just keeps me safe, you know, avoids any drama, makes life good. But yeah, it has happened to me. Still, you know, it's just, I guess it's part and parcel of content creation. But if they don't try and launch shady attacks on me and stuff like that, I usually wouldn't know. And besides, it's not like there's any kind of like copyright or anything like that. Like, if somebody could literally just take a build that I've already posted and then repost it and claim it as their own and claim they developed it on their own, and I'd be like, you know, and they would have, there would be no action I could take against them. Of course, it'd be really sad to see YouTubers do that, because that would be highly dishonorable. But, you know, I don't expect anyone to have the same level of professionalism I do. Like, what I do is my own level of professionalism that I feel is necessary for me to work with companies. Which is why you never see me watching other creators and things like that. I find that there's no point. You know, I don't need ideas from them. It's best that, like, I take it from my community, my people, and develop things my own way. Smarter, smoother. If you see two Fox Bursters, right? Don't try and push the second one, because they'll explode together. So this is something that I'm still trying to teach myself and often screwing up on. I try not to screw up on it as much as I can, but yeah. Is this? Oh, it's high intensity. There we are. Okay. That wasn't bad. Yeah. Very true. They usually do it because they've got no ideas of their own. Yeah, the Psyker Shield stops pretty much anything. Anything ranged. It will not stop, like, the flames can bleed through underneath it, by the way. So if somebody were to, like, say, if somebody were to throw a bomb, right? A bomb with fire. The bomb would be stopped by the shield, but the fire that spreads from the explosion would spread underneath it. So just be very aware of that. It still does have issues. Yeah, it's not a solution to everything.
Won't be seen, can't be stopped.
This dude getting gangbanged over there. One thing which I like about a sail, which you can actually see here, oops, shit, didn't mean to do that. One thing which you can see with a sail, and again, I feel that this is one of the things that makes it super awesome, is the fact that a sail is wider than the Void Strike staff. So by throwing out my projectiles, I can clear enemies when they're a bit more spread out, as opposed to if I use the Void Strike and it's more like a bowling in a straight line. So having both the sail and the Void Strike just helps me in a multitude of situations, because at the very least I'm dealing with a variety of enemies, you know, in a nice spread. But again, I can also understand where people feel like they don't want to use a sail, or they feel it's overtuned, or they just can't get a grasp on it. For me, a sail is a very, very strong choice. It's just useful in most situations. And used correctly, it can really, really shred things.
We are being watched, cretins.
More than 20 meters, I'll shoot it. Bulwark down. I love catching them. Just a smidge.
Get him!
So many heretics coming for you. I guess you are popular.
Never forget, never forgive.
Well, I don't think he's talking about stealing with regards to that one, Lexer. I think Frederick knows a little bit more, but yes, there are people that will go to insane extents to take somebody down, especially when they feel like they should be the ones getting glory. I know because I personally experienced it. There is another semi-popular, I wouldn't call him very popular, but semi-popular creator that has tried to take me down over bullshit, which is, you know, just... I'm not gonna name names, but let's just say that this one individual is somebody that if I could avoid for the rest of my life, I would. It's such a shame that he likes this game. Because if Pure Evil had a name, that'd be that guy. This one is tough. We're in a very, very awkward position. Oh dear.
I need Medicaid.
Okay, pick up the One thing which I'll also say is that during boss fights, try not to panic. Don't spread out too much. Try to still stick with your team and take it on as a team. It's usually wiser. Pure world villain threat level, lol. I do love the fact that this update has brought a lot of glory to the game. Feels good. Feels good to be playing it. Uh-oh. Okay, good. Those are me. So this is why it's important to tag. Whatever you see, tag it, tag it, tag it. Here we are. Also, a sail properly used in these situations could actually chop through the entire mixed horde before anybody does anything. So just be aware, a sail can be very powerful. Because a sail can take care of direct rages. One of the best things about it. If somebody knocks down the Poxburster with the Surge Staff, alright, that is the one exception to the rule. Don't run up. Because a knockdown Poxburster cannot be pushed. So they have to be running towards you. So if they're knocked down, you are literally forced to shoot it. So try to be very careful of that. I withdrew though when I saw the other veteran running up. Just because, like, and also when they fall down, if they fall down from a height but they don't explode, right, they cannot be pushed. So even if you push them, they will not explode. Very, very bad idea. You cannot knock down Poxbursters while invisible. Yes, you can. I can push them while I'm in stealth. It's possible. I've done it. I've literally done it. So it could have been just that it was locked into its animation already. But for the most part, I have actually been able to push a Poxburster while
This'll be fun.
it is bugged. It's not broken, it's just bugged. So if you guys checked out my Psyker skill tree explanation, I mentioned the bug there. It's bugged, and it's definitely not intended. But I don't know if they'll turn it into a feature, because sometimes bugs get turned into features. So it could be one of those that gets turned into a feature. Like, we'll have to see. Did we just get another boss again? Like, for real? It's actually more of a detriment. I don't recommend using it actually. It feels cool, but once you get to Auric Damnation, the big problem is that once you're in Auric Damnation, you will unfortunately encounter situations where you can get sniped while holding it, you can get shot while holding it. It's usually quite a negative, so I don't very much like it, but that's just me. Honest to God, that's just my take on it. I use the more legit version, not because it's a bug or anything, I don't want to exploit it. I'm not that honorable, but realistically speaking, the issue for me is just that I find it quite useless. In Auric Damnation, when assuming that like your team is not like 100% great, it can actually be more of a hindrance than a help, because you actually end up in situations where like you're stunning everything, you're vulnerable to snipers, but your whole team doesn't kill. Like they just stand there assuming the lightning's gonna take care of it. Like that is a very bad idea. So ever since then I was just like, you know what, nope. I'm just gonna, ooh, hey, ammo. I'm just gonna avoid that. I'm gonna let, I'm gonna, you know, do it the legit way. That way I can do the Sith throws. Because when you end it without like letting it go all the way to 100% peril, you can throw your enemies. Did that Mauler just decide to walk away from me? He came up to me and just decided, nah, I'm not worth this time. He's like, nah, you know what, I'm gone. I'ma just chill. That is actually pretty good advice, actually. Did this guy kick me? How dare you? There we go, hound done. Give me my plasteel. I need to craft more weird weapons.
Brace yourselves for the dark to come.
Ah, Servani, that can sometimes happen.
I will survive.
But me, I hog every bit of ammo. How dare anyone else attempt to touch the ammo? It's mine. It's mine, I tell you.
More than mutants, no.
Okay. Let me grab that. Now let us group up, shall we? These guys okay? Okay, did you see that hound get launched into space? Because that was beautiful. I love every moment that the hounds get launched into space. Oh yeah, more barrels is pretty terrible. Oh man. There's a sniper!
Prepping ambush.
Shit! This is why tag on primary fire is so good. Okay, time to steal some more healing. Whee! By the way, I actually recommend being on the same side. It works much better. If everybody's on the same side, the enemies are concentrated, which allows for much cleaner mop-ups. Also, don't put down 2 medipacks. If somebody's already put down a medipack, you don't have to put down yours. You can save it. Because it usually just does better that way. Especially just in case something goes wrong. Of course, this particular mission, you don't have to care, because on this mission, nothing can go wrong. I mean, assuming everybody stays up here, right? This mission is one of the least possible to fail at the end. Compared to Hab Draco, which has the highest failure chance at the end because you can get totally wiped while running to the shuttle. This mission is actually one of my favorites because you literally cannot lose. But yeah, a sail with warp charges or psionics, I prefer a sail with warp charges because you don't need the empowered psionics, and the warp charges will lower your peril, allowing you to make more use of your Void Strike staff, just as an example, as well as you can shoot these guys, as well as you should be able to like see with empowered psionics, your shards may do a little bit more, but you end up spamming them so often that they just don't get used. Whereas the warp charges are like forever, so they're always there, unless you use your combat ability. But you know, depending on when you need it, you don't always have to use it. So yeah, for me, I always prefer it with the warp charges so that I can just spam them out when needed. If I'm really in a situation, I'll just bubble there and then. There we go. GG. Oh. Strike Force 5, and I got Bring the Boon penance. Not really sure what that does, but okay. I just randomly get penances as I'm going along. Huh. Exactly. So, Empowered Psionics is a bit of a newbie trap. Like, I myself really liked it at first, but I felt that it wasn't the ideal. You know what I'm saying? I felt that it wasn't the ideal. Now, I'm about to end stream soon, but before I do that, I'm actually gonna just set up a couple of things later. For later, I mean. Because tonight I don't have a build video to post out, so I'm actually just gonna post out a different kind of video for myself. I'm just gonna do a little bit of coaching, which some people have asked me for. Some Soika coaching. So I'm gonna do that. What did I just get? Ah, trash. Actually, this is pretty okay. For a recon too. But I want my dockets, and I'd rather have perfection, so that can go. Ooh, this Vrax 3 comes the opening salvo. Let's go earn that. Yeah, if y'all got any more questions y'all want me to answer, now would be a great time as I wind down. This is pretty much as solid as it's gonna get. I don't think it can get more solid than what we've got right now. So I'm pretty okay with this build. It certainly is fulfilling what it's supposed to do, so I really can't complain any further.
And what do we have here?
Yeah, sure. You should, man. You should. Welcome to Darktide, man. Welcome to the game. I hope you bought it through my link. I don't get anything, but it's just nice when people do. Because then it shows that people are really watching my content and getting inspired. For me, Sirloin, I would suggest that the Brain Burst skill be an instant cast, just that it has ammo. I would genuinely prefer it if it had ammo and was instant cast. That makes the most sense to me. Other people may not find that it makes a lot of sense, but you know, that's just them. For me, it makes the most sense for that to be the case. Again, it's up to each individual what they want, but yeah, that makes the most sense to me at least. Okay, wow, this is a crap gun. This is also really crap. Pretty bad. This ain't flying. This definitely ain't flying. This one looks pretty good, actually. If it got a good blessing, I would change the 2 perks. It's definitely usable. Because high stopping power and all that. I will consider it for future. Yeah, I want to work on a shredder auto pistol build, but I need one that will actually be good. Okay. Hey, Yabs. Good morning. For me, it is time to get off. But I'll see you in the evening if you do want to play then. Okay, let me get rid of all this crap. I'll be on for a little while longer, guys, if anyone still wants to ask questions. I'm gonna set up some stuff, so don't mind me. You've seen some low levels go to heresy. What gives that they don't even have the gear yet? Some people just overestimate themselves. Some people run with their friends, or some people just want to leech. To be fair, it's like sometimes it's about honor, and you have to have that honor to say I'm not ready. But most people do not have that honor. They'll be like, nah, bro, I'm ready. I'm going in, bro. I'm going in. So that is kind of the reason. I'm not a fan of that. I feel that, hey, if you're not ready, it's okay, but stay where you should be. Don't gimp other people's runs. That's always my rule of thumb, and I have always stood by that rule of thumb. Some people don't. That's all. It's not hell with randos if you've got the right build. Like for me, I'm able to do it even with randos. But yeah, as long as if you're bringing them in and if they want to buy the game, just use my link. It's in the description of every video and every live stream. If you use my link where it says want to buy the game, again, I don't get any profit from it, 0. But it just shows that people are coming to my streams and buying from me. So yeah, it's just a great way to help out a creator like me. Well, it's more for clout than anything, but you know, it helps. Some people want to level up a new character quickly. Yeah. That is also true, Lexer. Like, if they're already good, they might be pros already. Some of them, like Assail Psychers, they'll go in very early. Because if they're already familiar with the game and they know how to make good use of Assail is literally all you need in Heresy. And they will clear it. Of course, they wouldn't be on the same level as, like, somebody else, but Heresy is pretty good for XP-wise. Yeah, fair enough. You can do low intensity as well. That all works just fine. But for me, like, if I was leveling, I would just go for, like, Malice high intensity or something like that. But it depends on also your team. Like, if you're playing with mostly randos, sometimes the randos are going to suck. Yeah, no problem. Thanks, Introspectral. I appreciate that. Okay, let me switch over to my Psyker for a bit. Before I end my stream, I'm just gonna go assess things. Thank you for subscribing, Nezerael. Yeah, fair enough. As long as you can handle yourself, I got nothing against it. Now, you guys ready? Let's go gamble. On me Psyker. You guys ready to gamble on me Psyker? Yeah, unfortunately, it really depends on the randos you get. It's a gamble. It's a gamble. Right, Albert? Sometimes that does happen. Sometimes people will go ham. They're like, oh man, I'm ready. I am ready. But no, they are not ready. Then... Oh my god, Headhunter 4. I'll take that.
It's yours. Enjoy your time with it.
Yes, I will. Milk. Now tonight I'm gonna play the Psyker to take a little bit of a break from the Veteran. The Infiltrate Veteran is pretty much finalized, but I do want to do one more session on it. Probably tomorrow, but tonight I'll definitely be playing the Psyker because I need a breather. I need to get myself a breather. And where is Headhunter 4? Just got it. Where are you? Gimme.
Interesting. Your departure was anticipated.
You know, it's technically possible to play with gray weapons, even in Damnation. Me and Rena did runs like that back in the distant past. It was quite fun. It was crazy, but fun. But may not be wise. Ooh, hand cannon. I guess I'll take some hand cannon. Anything else here that I might drastically need to fill out my blessings? No? Okay.
Let the machine god grant his favor.
I don't know. I think it might be possible with a Void Strike and a Sail. I don't think we'd get bodied that hard. But we would need a very, very solid setup. And no bringing your BB. Please bring something else. But I think we could still do it. I think we could still do it. I'm quite confident. Now, let's try this.
Completed.
Come on, High Roller.
Do you require further assistance?
Come on, High Roller.
Processing. Transaction confirmed.
I mean, sure, if you want to. I cannot physically stop you, can I? That was alright.
Each weapon is a relic. It should be cared for as such.
I'm searching for something very specific. If I can. Let's try my luck.
I trust you are pleased, Violet.
Warp Flurry's good, Flak Armored good.
A new marvel.
Okay, exactly what I wanted. This one refined to extra critical strike chance,
The
of
work
course.
is complete.
And then transfer peril. Oh, the only difference is 8%. Okay. I wanted one of those. It's death till I part for me because I'll just say it openly. I'm a Darktide partner. I cannot be seen like. Okay, so a lot of people have this misunderstanding, and I just want to clarify right now. Me commenting on other people's playstyle or pointing out mistakes, that comes from my experience as a pro. If people take it badly, that's up to them. I really don't give a shit. Or if people get upset at me, like I do tone it down, and I have toned it down a bit, but I really don't give a shit, and that's not against the rules. But if I were to engage in actual toxic behavior, such as swearing at people in chat directly for myself, or if I were to say rage quit games and things like that, it can be seen as toxic behavior, which is generally not acceptable. And you know, it's not really good to be seen doing that as a partner. So I would personally avoid it, but that's just me. So yeah, that's where I would. And by the way, I'm blanking out the screen for testing purposes. But yes, that is where I would generally avoid doing that kind of thing, because it just doesn't sit well with me, in my honest opinion. Now, give me a moment. I'm going to try something chilly and a little bit chilly. I'm trying to create the worst possible combination of factors that I can have. Perk. Theoretically, This should be ideal. Theoretically. It could also be absolute trash if I do it wrong, but oh well. This makes sense to me. It's all about that extra damage. Darktide is definitely 100 bajillion times more fun. And that's just me being very honest. It is very much more fun than Vermintide, in my opinion. But then again, I'm also a Darktide partner, so I might have a little bit of bias in there. But yeah, I genuinely do find it a lot of fun, and I enjoy it. I thoroughly enjoy it. Okay, I got my Deimos. My Curios are fine. I'm going to try this later. Might be pretty cool. Okay. And the music slaps. This is true. This is true. Darktide is way more fun, but there's less content. So Vermintide 2 is just been around for a long time, but even if we were to just take a look at player bases, right? Darktide has a solid, I would say on Steam alone, 22 to 30, well, it's actually 22 to 44,000 player base, whereas, and that's on Steam alone if we count all the rotations, but realistically, if we just look at peak numbers, 22k, right? If we look at Vermintide 2, despite the new class coming out, it's got roughly on average 3,000 players on Steam alone. So Darktide being newer, crossplay and all that is much more fun, and that's why there's a lot of people here. Yeah, work on Psyker. It's a great class to play. I love the Psyker. Okay guys, I'm gonna head off for lunch now. Thank you so much for hanging out today. This evening I'll be playing the Psyker again. I'll also probably have a coaching video out tonight because I don't have a build video ready. The Infiltrate Veteran is taking a lot longer to prepare, but I think I am finally ready to release it. After that, I'll be working on the Sniper Veteran, and then I'll be looking at a couple of the other stuff. I'm actually going to check Twitter now for all the people that may have DM'd me. Okay, this is Moon Tea. I got it. Thank you. I am looking for... well, Legster, I don't have your message yet, but if you want to just DM me on Twitter eventually, you can DM me whenever. All right? I'll keep on the lookout for your message. Okay? Thank you all very much. I will see you all this evening for some sick Psyker play. All right? We're going to complete our weeklies. And Rena, come join me tonight. Okay, so we can spam stuff. If you don't want to join me tonight and you want to play your Diablo 4, I will be very emotionally damaged, but I will accept it. Okay? Alright, thank you guys. I'll catch you all this evening. Y'all have a good one. My vet build? Which one? The Infiltrate one? In which case, I'll probably play it. I'll probably post that tomorrow evening if I can get some good footage for it tomorrow afternoon. Okay? See you later.